What's good, guys? Welcome back to the sleepy edition of the second take. I fell asleep and we're losing the light, so we're gonna try and get this done and in as quick as possible. So I'm joined as per usual by
So from Bolly Fools, I called him. I was the one who called him to get him up to do the show today.
no modesty for rubbing in my face.
Well, hey, the viewers need to know how seriously you take this show.
I work hard and I fall asleep sometimes when I get in.
All
from
right,
work.
let's crack on with your list because you want to go back to bed.
Let's see, number 10. It's gonna be a Dora the Explorer movie.
Okay.
Dora the bloody Explorer. That little girl
Yeah.
with her monkey and her talking backpack. Somebody seems to think is worthy of being put onto the screen.
Okay.
No Centurions. They've taken forever to get the He-Man films out.
Right.
No friggin'
Thundercats.
Thundercats. But Dora.
Well, look. Okay. This is the thing about Dora the Explorer. All right. It's a film that's it could really hit hard with kids. All right. It can work. Think about it.
Really?
A monkey, little girl, and a talking backpack. Just think about that.
See, I think it would work if they did it as like a tongue-in-cheek 21 Jump Street style comedy.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything like this. We've seen He-Man, we've seen these other films that kind of could go into the realms
Yeah, but
of...
He-Man was like back in the 80s. That shouldn't even count. Well,
but-
he's a whatever, but
Yeah,
that
but
has yet to be done right, the way our childhood selves deserve.
yeah, I've got a really horrible feeling about He-Man when it does hit the big screen. But I can see Dora the Explorer.
There was like a little comedy video of Dora the Explorer. Not even comedy. They tried to make a website called College Humor, made a tongue-in-cheek trailer based on Dora the Explorer featuring Ariel Winters. And they tried to make it like a Michael Bay action film, like a really ultra-violent martial art type thing, but with Dora in the middle.
Okay.
And it was kind of funny, but I doubt that's the way they're gonna go with it. But if they did, then it could be worthy watching. But I got a feeling it's just gonna be some crappy bullshit. Number 9. Remember there was the guy behind District 13,
Yeah.
Blomkamp and Elysium.
Yep.
There was a talk of him doing an Aliens movie, which was going to continue which was going to be the true continuation from the old Alien movies.
Yeah.
I think his one was going to pick up right after Aliens. That's how he was going to envision it and kind of scrap all the others.
Okay.
And there was this big thing. There was concept art and everything that was out, and it was like, okay, can this guy do it?
Yeah.
We even spoke about it.
Yeah, we did. We spoke about it a couple of times.
With news that Ridley Scott's Prometheus movie, that he's got like a bunch of sequels coming.
Yeah.
It seems like the studio behind it all have decided, yeah, let's put Neil Blomkamp's one on the shelf. That's just indefinitely, no dates, nothing. They've pretty much just given up on it. What it sounds like. Now remember, he has had a few turkeys though in a row.
Yeah.
Elysium, even though it was visually cool, it was story-wise it was a bit of a mess. Chappie was
Oh my God, Chappie.
horrible.
Chappie was really bad. I am Chappie.
Yeah.
It's a shame because this guy, when he first hit our screens,
District 13 is amazing.
yeah, the potential this guy had,
Vision.
what we envisioned this guy was going to do, we really truly felt that he was going to be the next big thing.
And then Elysium came along and it was just
Mediocre. Forget that. Could you imagine if they went ahead with? Do you remember when there was talks about him doing Halo?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and he did do those like short concept
Yeah.
trailer things which did look really good, but yeah, I think he's shown that he still has a lot to learn as far as
When it
telling a
comes-
story and developing characters. Yeah, I'm actually happy he didn't do Halo.
Yeah.
As much as a lot of us want to see a Halo movie. Nah, baby. 7. Okay, yes, some of you may have just noticed we've skipped a number 8 to be exact. Now, we are part retard, pair of us, so it really shouldn't be a big surprise. But yeah, it was an interesting story. It was going to be about Tarantino facing a boycott from the NYPD over the fact that he joined a protest over police violence against black youths in the area, and he was basically just facing his next movie, Hateful Eight, being protested by the NYPD and maybe cops in various other states. And it was going to be an amazing story. It was going to be deep. There was going to be tears. There was going to be crying. There was going to be confessions of pain and torment. But alas, my pea brain couldn't remember it. So, yeah. Saddy. Do you remember Run All Night?
Yes, I do. Run All Night.
Liam Neeson-driven action movie, which was actually kind of entertaining.
I enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The bad guy, Common, he was like a hitman. He was chasing down.
Yeah, with his glasses. Yeah.
Really menacing. He's actually really good.
Yeah, really good.
He's gonna be the bad guy, the main bad guy in John Wick 2.
Ooh, okay.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
It's purely just made up. No, nothing to establish it or anything. But my theory is that they were contemporaries.
Ooh.
Friends. A Ken and Ryu type situation,
Ooh.
shall we say. Where they trained together and had the same master who taught them the skills that they have, and that no one else can take John Wick down. So what about the person who knows him best? The person who he trained with? Because they're around about the same sort of age as well.
Okay.
So let's get one person who has the same skill levels and
I like that.
Drank at the same well, so we speak.
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that the mob are finding it really difficult to take on John Wick, so therefore they've hired somebody who is as equal of a badass as John Wick.
His reflection, so to speak, his negative.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
But that's just the theory. Ain't nothing to really,
Well,
that's actually gonna happen. But I think that if they went that way, we'll see. But that would be good. I actually like Common though. He was good in Run All Night. He was really menacing. I was surprised how decent he was. He had that sort of creepy bad guy, I'm coming for you and you nothing you can do to stop me sort of vibe going. So that would be good to see those two battle back and forth.
Well, we've had a taste of Common, haven't we? We've seen what he's actually like.
Common's been in a lot of stuff now. He's shown that he can act.
But that Pacific character, I mean, in Run All Night, he was like a boogeyman.
Yeah, it was the closest to what I imagine he's gonna be like in this.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
John Wick 2, people. It's looking good. Yeah. Number 6. Salem. Do you remember when we were kids?
I do remember when we were kids.
When we were at a specific time. When we had there's a group of us and we had to sleep over at your house.
What was it? We watched that Alien film.
And we watched a bunch of a couple of
John Woo films.
Movies.
Yeah, I remember all that.
So the killer is still fresh in your memory. You
Yeah,
still
yeah,
remember.
Okay, the killer. Oh my god, of course.
The assassin.
Yes.
Who accidentally blinds the bar singer.
Yeah.
When he shoots his gun next to her and the muzzle flare blinds her.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit, but it's a film.
Yeah. Do you know there was a Bollywood movie of that? They did
I think I remember.
Yeah, they copied the whole film. The whole film, Bollywood movie. But anyway, sorry, Karen.
But then he feels so guilty, so he decides to take care of her, but she doesn't realize that he's the one that blinded her. This was when John Woo was John Woo. When his films were just amazing. Hard Boiled, Better Tomorrow.
Yep.
God of Gamblers.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely.
That run of just awesome movies he was making. Bullet to the Head. But anyway, Killer is getting a remake. And who do you think is going to be the one making it?
Go on.
Which director would you want to see remaking?
I suppose you give this property to, you give it to Tarantino, right?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, I don't think he's ever going to make anybody else's films anymore. He knows that he only has a certain amount of time in his career, like he said. He's only going to make like 3 or 4 more films.
Yeah.
They're all going to be his films from scratch.
Okay. Well, I was hoping that would be Tarantino, but gone.
It's John Woo.
What?
Yep. He is going to remake his own film.
Oh my god, that is crazy. That is the last person I would expect you, but oh my god.
See, that's the thing.
Now it's all slowly coming back.
You're thinking of Broken Arrow, Paycheck, Payback, whatever the crappy film was.
Talking about Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, that's the one. That's the bad one. That's the genre you're thinking of. Now, he has redeemed himself somewhat with his period movies that he's been making last couple of years in China.
Okay.
There was Red Hill, Red Cliff 1 and 2, which was pretty good. Are you worried? Are you excited? Do you think he can do this?
The thing is, right? Okay,
Why
is
would
that
you want to remake his own film?
well? Because it was a massive hit. That's why.
But why remake it? Why not just do an...
A whole. Because I don't know. It's like some people just want to do crazy shit, and it just seems like one of those people that wants to do. You know, he probably has, this film probably has a warm place for him. Like, in his heart, it's like when he looks back, he thinks, oh, you know what? The Killer was such an awesome film I did. How can I...
It's the one that broke it from him.
When we do short films or when we work on certain projects, we look back and we reflect and we think to ourselves, you know what? How could we make that film better? I mean, I do.
Goldtooth was a movie he made, by the way. Mr. Director.
Yeah, it was my first short film. My very first short film. It's my very first short film, and none of you bastards get the link. No one's getting the link.
Never.
Looking back, and maybe it's just one of those things that he just feels that he's got to redo again to make it perfect. Maybe he doesn't see the film as perfect as it could be.
No, leave it alone. The Killer is a classic. You can't recapture that magic. You just can't do it. He's not going to be able to do it. So leave it alone. He's not the filmmaker that he was. Is he going to have Chow Yun-fat again? Is he going to bring him back? He's kind of too old now, really, for it. It's just not going to have the same magic, man. Number 5. I don't have a number 5. I didn't write anything down. So, what did we watch this week? We went to see Spectre. Now, I've done my review of it, but son, what did you think of Spectre?
Okay, I thought Spectre was good, but not as good as everybody's going on about it. I thought it was an okay film. I preferred the one before it.
Skyfall.
I prefer the way Skyfall paced, the way it was shot. I mean, I saw Skyfall 4 times on the cinema. I have no intentions of going to watch Spectre again.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
It's a solid film. There's some cool sequences, but yeah.
It falls apart because the bad guys I don't think are as bad as they should be. But yeah, guys, I didn't enjoy it all that much. I thought it was okay. Nothing special. And then we saw Witch Hunter.
Oh shit, Witch Hunter. Can we just agree now? As a nation, as a species, as human beings, can we agree that Vin Diesel cannot act? Can we agree to that now, finally? He's not...
Vin Diesel, if you're watching this, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I think you're an amazing actor.
Give me a good performance. Name me a performance.
It's family. It's all about family.
Him getting married in a tank top. There's no examples. Vin Diesel does not have a definitive performance. He has no range. He's fine in his little box. It's same way with The Rock. You know what he can do. You know what parameters to put him in.
But
so
Rock is a good actor, though.
Yeah, but I actually rate Rock higher than Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I do.
But he works best in a certain role. He did have that one where he was trying to like save his son or something.
Yeah, that's a good performance.
And he had some dramatic moments in that. But still, he works best as the kick-ass muscle guy.
Yeah.
And same with Vin. Just keep him in his little box.
I don't think anyone cares about Vin Diesel if he's a good or bad actor. But they don't care what comes out of his mouth.
Which it does seem... it did work with the Fast and Furious movies, but now
he's too big. He's got too much power.
Yeah,
Universal, it feels like he doesn't even need to act because Universal, when everybody else is just like giving him way too much power now. But Witch Hunter, you know what? Witch Hunter was okay until a specific point.
It had fun ideas.
Yes.
It should continue as a cartoon. That's what we were saying before. Or a computer game. Then I'll be interested. But beyond that, as a movie, nah. I've started watching Bloodlines, Netflix show. Ooh.
Oh
pretty
my
good,
God.
pretty good. If you guys have seen Bloodlines, don't ruin it for me. But let me know if it's worth sticking to the end. Because sometimes shows fall apart. I pray this doesn't fall apart. So if you've seen Bloodlines, let me know. Because so far, Jesus. Number 4. Another one which I'm happy about. Along with, Neil Blomkamp's Alien kind of being put on the shelf.
Yep.
Probably the best action movie series of the last decade.
Yeah.
The remake of The Raid has collapsed.
Oh, yay!
Fallen to dust.
Yay!
Everybody's fallen out of it. The director's left. The actors, the stars that were in it were supposed to be in it have left.
Yay!
I can't even remember who was even supposed to carry it. But they've gone. And I'm so happy. Mate, what would you do if you heard news tomorrow that the Raid remake was back on with both of the directors from John Wick and Ronda Rousey starring?
It wouldn't do anything for me. I think certain films, look, those guys are amazing at what they do, but Raid is a property that just needs to be left alone.
Yeah.
If it needs to move forward for Raid 3, great, go for it, but it has to be the director and
Yes, I agree totally, which there is supposed to be a Raid 3 coming, but apparently the director, he wants to work on a Western film first before going back to it. So he needs a palate cleanser before getting back into that world. I don't like these remakes of movies which you just can't emulate what made them special in the first place. Like, why did they even bother? Just because it was popular before?
Yeah, but they do it because there's money, right? You know.
What do they hope to get out of it?
All right, okay, well, let's
like
think
the
about
Old
it.
Boys, like when they remade Old Boy.
All right, well, let's...
How were you going to
Okay, but let's think about it from this point. Let's say the Raid budget is 25, 30 mil, right?
It doesn't matter, no, even if they add more money.
Yeah, okay, but that's the point. But if it's 25, 30 million, from a studio looking at that, they'll think, okay, well, we might be able to rack in 100 million from that. You know, and that's what it is. It's about, you know.
You're right. Number 3. Star Wars has yet, new Star Wars, Force Awakens, is yet to get approval to be shown in the cinemas in China. Because in China there's a law that you can only show a certain amount of Western films in their country, because most of the movies have to be that are shown have to be Chinese, of Chinese language.
Yeah.
So only a handful of movies outside of China can be shown on their cinemas. So you've got all these studios that release all their big movies all through the year, and they all pretty much have to fight in order to get their movies shown in China, which they all want to do because of the market being so huge over there.
Yeah.
So everyone's talking about Star Wars possibly being like up there as being one of the biggest box office smashes in the world. Can it do that if it doesn't get released in China?
First of all, I don't care, because I've got my ticket to watch Star Wars.
Yes, but don't. But you're not a Star Wars guy. You don't really care
but I do
breaks
care.
records.
No, of course. No, look, this is a long time coming. It's part of my childhood. Yes, I would like to see it be very, very successful, providing that the film is good. Right?
Of course.
But it's gonna be frustrating if this film is not released in China, because I think that's gonna hit it hard.
That's crazy. I know. It's a shame, man. It hasn't, it's still got time. It doesn't have to open up at the exact same day. It can be like, a month or something behind. But if it's anything more than that, that's
okay.
I guess I understand why they're trying to do it. They have to kind of think of their industry first.
Well, it's
and
the
their
same,
filmmakers first.
It's the same thing with recently in the Bollywood market in Pakistan. When a film, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, which is like one of my favorite films of the year, when that was released, and they were like throwing that into Pakistan, a lot of Pakistani filmmakers were getting really annoyed because their films were not being shown because of Bajrangi Bhaijaan. And Bajrangi Bhaijaan was just bringing in the money, and people, after watching that, they didn't want to go to watch another film, because obviously they take their family out to watch the one film, and So this is going to be scary.
Okay, number 2. Sam, did you check out the covers for Suicide Squad? Empire?
Oh yeah. Now I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen 2. Oh, that is the one that I actually wanted to see.
The Harley Quinn one, by the way, he's looking at.
Yeah.
The Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I like that.
That is cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. Oh boy.
So how do you feel about Jared Leto's Joker?
Look, you know what? He's got some big shoes to fill, man. He's got some serious shoes to fill. I don't. I'm gonna hold my judgment, because I actually want to see him perform. But I've just got this horrible fucking feeling that it's not gonna be good. Oh boy.
Will Smith.
Okay. Will Smith looks alright. Yeah.
I haven't been sold by this yet. I just see Will Smith when I see Deadshot. It's just him. I don't really see a character.
You really don't like Will Smith, do you?
I've just gone over Will Smith, yeah.
Okay. Will Smith was alright.
Oh, in Chartreuse, of course.
Yeah, I saw that one. That one looks pretty cool.
She looks so friggin' creepy, man.
Yeah, I like that.
But sexy at the same time. Would you? That's the coming to bed eyes.
No, Eddie. That
Come
is
to me. Saddam, come to me.
No, that looks nasty.
She looks like she hasn't washed.
Yeah, she's hot though, but she's a model, right?
Yeah. Oh, and there's the next Joker one. With electrodes.
You know what? What's the guy's name again?
Jared Leto.
Jared, right? I mean, he had some interesting things to say about when he was trying to understand the Joker and trying to get into the mindset of him.
So it's like giving birth for your dick hole.
Yeah. So, and like the suffering, the agony that one has to go through to actually really get a grip of this character. So with him talking about this in so much depth, I'm excited. However, I still have to see it. I have to see something.
Yeah, I'm worried because apparently he's a businessman as well. Joker as a businessman. That sounds weird to me. He's balancing his books and paying taxes.
Are you kidding me, Eddie?
Oh, that's one of the descriptions of it. He's more sociable. That's what the director says. This Joker is more sociable. That means he's going to be interacting with more people, and he's a businessman. So what? He's own a club? Is he like?
Oh god, that sounds awful.
He's going to have staff? Is he signing checks and paying wages? Like, what? The Joker wouldn't do all that. Okay, number one, which isn't really worthy of being number one because I didn't really get to order these out. But it's a story nevertheless. Matthew McConaughey, you know Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
He was offered the lead role as the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Now, keep in mind, every actor's falling over themselves to be in Marvel movies. They're all saying they want to take this role and that role. Every actress wants to be Captain Marvel right now. All Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad saying he wants to play a villain in a Marvel movie. Matthew McConaughey said, no.
Good on him.
No.
Good on him.
Remember, Guardians of the Galaxy is one of their better films.
It is.
The first one was really good.
It is, but good on
But he was
McConaughey.
like, yeah. No thanks.
But I get that. And,
Wouldn't that be awesome though?
As awesome as that would be, maybe there's other projects, well not maybe, of course there is. There's other projects that just get him more excited. And I just think to myself, as great as it would be to see McConaughey in a Marvel movie and being the bad guy in that franchise, if he doesn't want to do it, that is fine with me. There's a lot of other amazing actors that could fill his place.
I want to see Matthew McConaughey as a bad guy in a Marvel movie. That'd be so cool. But maybe he's been watching a few of them because he's got kids. So he probably watches them with his kids. And he's seen how paper thin the Marvel villains have been in these films. And he's like, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, absolutely. You know, he look at the sort of films that he actually does. Push aside Interstellar for that.
I like Interstellar. What's wrong with Interstellar?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. He was very good in it as well. But if we just push that aside and just look at some of his other movies, his more sort of
Daddy's Buyers Club.
Yeah, friggin' egg. You know, it seems like those are the films that he wants to get behind, and this doesn't do it for him. And I get it. I completely understand. It's not about what we want, Eddie. It's about what he wants.
Be about us to decide his entire life based on what we want.
Okay. Well, I disagree. Because
it's not fair.
Yeah, I'm happy with whatever he decides. This is your number one story again.
I told you it wasn't ordered in order. It was just randomly put together. I didn't have time to arrange it. I was sleeping.
Your number one story has the whole thing something else.
Sleeping.
This Halloween episode.
What the fuck, man?
You should have done a really freaky one. We were talking about It the other day. It the clown. Unfortunately, it isn't going through, and I'm really upset about that.
I'm not. Well, I'm sad that the director ain't going to be doing it. Director that originally had. But yeah, trailer of the week. We have to do it. What trailers came out this week that interested you?
I haven't seen any American trailers this week.
I'm trying to think of what big ones I saw this week. Because Jessica Jones technically was last week. But should I cheat and say that one? Actually, and then there was the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which was a bit of a surprise, but that technically was last week as well. There hasn't been anything this week, so I'm just gonna say Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Jessica Jones. Those two.
Yeah, they were really good. I really enjoyed them as well. I did see the zombie one. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It's good. Okay.
That's it, guys. This has been the second take. Half asleep, unprepared version. Very dark. You can barely see.
Yeah, the clocks went back.
This has been Mr. Roger.
But you don't need to put it down in the comment section. Because you never do anyway.
I do.
No, you don't.
I put it last time, didn't I?
Nah, and you didn't put Dan's one in either.
You have to remind me. Don't just say it.
Why do we have to remind you?
Because you're saving it so you can use it against me when you come in here rather than text me and be like,
Why
you forgot to
should
put the
we
link.
have to remind you?
Throwing it in my face on camera.
Why
you can have
should
witnesses
we
and make
have
me
to
look bad.
remind you? You're gonna edit it out anyway. You always do. There's a lot of stuff that he edits out to make himself feel good. He does. I wanted you guys to know. This is it. This is on camera.
First take,
Watch
second
this.
take, end.
This is what he's doing.